Churches in Italy are preparing to resume masses, weddings, funerals, and baptisms on May 18th. The Italian bishop's president and the Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte signed an agreement to resume religious ceremonies yesterday. The protocol outlines rules and regulations that must be followed to avoid the risk of the coronavirus. Andrea Gagliarducci, Vatican analyst for EWTN News, joins us now from Rome by Skype. Andrea, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So, Andrea, tell us, what type of measures will churches have to comply with once they resume masses in a couple of weeks?
Well, the churches signed a protocol with the government. So obviously they have to hygienize all the areas, all the buildings of the church. There is a restriction on people, on the attendance of people, but the restrictions will be based on the proportion. So every priest will have to calculate how many people can get into the church according to the measures of the church, how big the size of the church is. So it's a little less strict than what we expected. There will be no sign of peace. The confirmations are suspended, but there will be marriages, weddings, and there will be also first communions. Which is strange in the government protocol is that it even says that the Sunday observance can be suspended because of emergency reasons, which was odd to see in a governmental document. And then, obviously, all the restrictions that we already know, you need to wear the medical masks all the time, and there will be safety measures to deliver communion as well, although the priest will deliver communion as usual, just on the hands, not on the mouth, and the priest will have to wear the medical mask while he delivers communion. So it's not as strict as we expected. Actually, it's later than we expected because it started on May 18, but we'll see how it works.
Are the Italian bishops and are the faithful happy with this decision, do you think?
Well, the faithful are happy because they were longing to go back to Mass. There was a real hunger for Eucharist. People wanted to go to Mass. They wanted to be in the church. So despite any kind of criticism, they will go to the Masses. They're happy to get back there. Bishops, well, they expected to get back to the churches, to have churches with audience, with people already on May the 4th. So they were a little upset in the beginning. They had to accept this new situation. They did their best to do that. Now they will comply with the rules and they will see what they can do. So there can be some more bitterness among bishops, but in the end, we made it.
What do you think the Vatican learned from this experience? And do you think there are going to be any hurdles after this?
Well, it's mostly from the legal point of view. I will say that Holy See had to learn that secular governments cannot stop the celebrations. I think they were too much appeased with the governments because it's obvious that in a situation of emergency, generally you cannot have masses with large gathering, you cannot have that kind of crowds. It's even true that in that case, you have to ask the government to at least formally respect the freedom of worship, which is not just the freedom of a priest to celebrate Mass, but also freedom for people to attend to Mass. And this is something they will have to work on because there will be other epidemics. I will say that's one of the major threats for this millennium. Will be more threatful than worse. So they will have to learn how to handle the situation, as they did already in the past with the big plagues.
Well, Andrea, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your analysis with us. We really appreciate it. Andrea Gagliarducci, Vatican analyst for EWTN News. Thanks again, Andrea.
Thank you.